the molding of souls, a single soul poured from the divine mold of the holy cosmic spark, tasked with the retrieval and recovery of a long-lost lineage, knowing its precise coordinates with such depth as its soul ferociously calls to you, as the same souls in and of the same soul family. This likely means one has lived a multitude of lifetimes together with this individual. A connection so strong, when united in the physical, it's as if upon first physical contact, one's souls begin to cry and ache with joy so loudly as if to nearly wake up the entirety of the cosmos from its dense, dark, slumbering rest cycle. For one will know when they know. For it's an unimaginable, uncanny, undefined, and undefinable source, as if to be the essence of love itself. Not found as a singular, however, only when molded together, united with the holy conscious once more. As if defining and recognizing its presence reduces its gifts of benevolence, glory, and abundance. An astral ancestral lineage of one's self, similar to genetic memory, although it's been designed and modeled from the actual complete other way around, as we have believed we have discovered it in our way, via our sciences, within the realms of our conciseness throughout our universal, dimensional understanding. Yet forgetting the power of the Creator, beginning any design like all others, from the universal blueprint. However, hiding someplace deep within, one holds an inner knowing of where to find its remains, recalling the contents within. Questions arise, why is one the pledged gifted one? For I walk with God and God walks with me, so what's the catch? What beautiful will once more be taken from my life in which I am not ready to lose? Though when one reflects, everything taken has been replaced by bigger and better. Yet still, why most importantly does gem reside frighteningly forever forgotten? A distinctly distant design of youthful enchantment, quantum entanglement, the recuperation of such passionate, lustful human vernacular, inscribed in hormonal tones and cultural dialects, screeching to the heavens of the ancient earth, entangled in such affection, a longing desire of enthusiasm, as two beings mold into the fabric and consciousness of time, both as God and goddess, cloaked in the faint astral light of one's, as two become one, pulling up and out of the body. One blue, one pink, as these beautiful spiraling pillars of light, cast out from the heart, growing thin and tapering of towards its end, yet not endless, rather forever growing, forever searching, like a vine in a rainforest, which seeks endlessly for true emotional support. These two souls, who lay side by side next to one another, begin to feel one another, calling out into the night. For example, the rotating helix design found within the working physics of a simple wood screw, this scientific principle of a rotating spiral vortex and its inevitable ability to draw in whatever it seeks contact with. Of course, as one will quickly notice, it isn't so effortless to merely fasten such a screw with a simple spring, nor swirling of it within your hands and fingertips, bonding them for a lifetime, or perhaps in this particular case, lifetimes, plural. Their auras, their vortexes, their souls, sense and know the other, like hounds on the hunt whom detect their prey from a consciously undetectable killer, like sixth sense kind of instinct found within, activating only here in this time, place, and moment. As one glances over, he notices it's her. She's the key, the one he had been searching for this entire time. As he lay there in a half-puzzled, unawakened state, it was there he remained throughout the lonely longevity of the night. Yet he recalls that in this night, just like all others before, her loving warmth resides despairingly near, for she had and always will remain unconditionally devoted beside him. Her king, as he too forever remains cast in her mold, his queen, as she with him. Leaders for, with, to, and of their peoples, not rulers of their subjects, as if to hold ownership. Rather, this divine reunification, meeting, bonding, and remolding of these vessels will unlock a power never before seen nor witnessed upon the vast genetic library of Mother Earth. For when these two once more fully embody one another in their first transcendent union, a truly ancient ritual of the most purely primal, feeding off of each other's energy, the kind that cannot be artificially recreated to be reborn once more. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment, in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. Today's invitation, to reflect on your relationship with your inner truth and authentic voice. A photon is an elementary particle that is a quantum of the electromagnetic field, including electromagnetic radiation, such as light and radio waves, and the force carrier for the electromagnetic force. Photons are massless particles that always move at the speed of light when in vacuum. Heat, when considering the principles of temperature and its effects on states of matter. As light frequency from the stars, the photons of our local solar sun, known as Sol, impact Earth and are felt in many different realms and scientific understandings, as the warmth on one's skin directly interacts with the molecules of water in the air, increasing the frequency or the vibrational movement in which they exert. This process we know as precipitation, the changing in states of matter, movement producing friction, endlessly entangled, reciprocating, and returning with the precious and persistent kinetic lifelike flow of this life-giving source. The indigenous cosmic blueprint designed from the divinely innate universal template, a river which metaphorically and metaphysically flows on forever from the eternal high mountains to the clouds in the sky, falling back as rain. From atop its sky-high throne, behind its blinding, piercing white peaks, resting silently and peacefully, symbolizing the abundant source of untapped wisdom, always returning, sacredly protecting, providing it with an infinite and abundant source. In relation to physics, when considering the principles and abilities of the self-tapping carbon steel screws, rotating within the physical as the metaphorical helix vortex of manifestation in which it represents. Auras of souls, their vortexes, whom sense and know the other, similar to hounds on the hunt. Giving an impression to one's own capabilities to hone in activating only here in this time, place, and moment. As one glances over, he notices, now fully nude, as is originally designed by nature, resembling that of Adam and Eve, together as one exploring pure-heartedly through the lush, rolling hills carpeted with tall, vibrant, silky grass, dancing in the wind as we mold effortlessly, like a flock of birds whom seemingly communicate telepathically, as if to be moving in a unity way of consciousness, which warps the multidimensional cosmic fabric of life itself. Like the most beautiful life-flourishing oasis one has ever laid eyes upon, grasses which fluidly tickle one's toes, waters which fizz like a newly shaken carbonized can of soda, formulating these miniature bubbles that simmer directly from the spring itself, like microscopic chemists within the deep bowls found within one's belly, left abandoned and untouched, an unwilling sense of enthusiasm, sparking flame to a fiery, nude, and divine experience, which embodies the difficult-to-achieve balance between the Father, cosmic universal consciousness, the masculine logic, to hold and to know, and the Mother, earthly unconditional love, the feminine creativity, to feel and to be, discharging outwardly like a crab nebula explosion, as one attempts to exercise, exceeding critical mass, the earthly kingdom, as he only now just acknowledges this intuitively masculine characteristic, tied to the obvious facts which he had forever felt and known. Glowing, there she was. Sound asleep unknowingly as she does so, I honor, respect, and nurture every inch of her within and without, unaccompanied by any movement of the physical body, remaining as one's foolish attempt at keeping one, you, the current viewer and listener, more focused and attuned to the information being portrayed. I simply say information, because like a metaphor, information can be processed however the viewer best sees it fit, transcribed and or applied to our reality. For example, a quantum computer doesn't think faster, nor beyond the capable realms of the modern supercomputer. Rather, it thinks entirely differently. Here lies a hidden message, for it's not how we think, it's what we think. However, ironically, it too is not what we think, it's how we think. For as above, so below, the greatest essence of contradiction in its purest form. Displaying to each one of us blind, goofy, squishy human beings, you see it's our abilities of the unique perspective, which when fully realized and lived through correctly, one truly dissolves. Here we see humanity remain structured in our carnal, linear mindset or single way of thinking, believing, and feeling. The clipping away at our wings, the trimming down of remolding and conformity brought forth upon this once unique puzzle piece. Yes, you, as the one incarnated quantum being contained within this innately cosmic vessel, this is who you truly are. Like a modern, highly industrialized automated factory, where at its core echoes with the tremors and forever reverberating tremors and rumors, a beaming sound of never-ending metallic clanking and the repetitive steel chain chatter sparking sound throughout the warehouse walls. Yet as one's eyes roam about the factory, no longer singly focused on the cold, smooth gray of the polished concrete floors, with eyes, vision, and insight now fully rising up, upon and onto the horizon, awakening one from one's daydream. I say one from one because it has always been there, You have always been with it. You must only rediscover of it, as if they belong to and are a piece of some extraterrestrial craft. Yet in all that humanity can create and manifest, within the entirety, sum, and whole of all its parts, for all of the literal and true space-age engineering, imagination and creation engineering-wise. Not only engineering-wise, you can feel it as you walk past fellow human beings on the street, for there remains no more purpose in this great nation. As I call upon the spark of inspiration, like the space age and its equivalent sprint to the stars, this race to beyond Earth not only pushed out advancements of technology tenfold, but it put inspiration and a mission back into the hearts and minds of Americans. And after all, we as humans had finally discovered what global defense budgets could achieve when no longer launching rounds downrange, rather launching rockets upwards and into the heavens. For the first time, no longer for destruction, but for discovery, all in the name of a good little geopolitical ego bolstering. I may always pick and poke at the seemingly oncoming disease of this nation, not only in ways of legal, financial, academic, political, economic process, all for the simple desire for a pastime snack one may grab casually and perhaps unconsciously, unlike how other, more conventional computers today work and function, knowing that regardless, over time, water always returns. As the stream flows to creek, molding into river, morphing, forming, and tangling calmly and fluently through the least path of earthly resistance, forevermore into an endlessly kinetic, forever eternal, endlessly infinite rapids cast by the flow of rushing river, signaling what I like to call the higher chapters, not printed on paper, however scribed in voice. The conceptual change within this book's overall vision, yet remaining forever locked on and aligned, forever entangled within the desire and tunnel vision of an achieved goal.